Hello and welcome, and a special hi-ho from Kermit the Frog here. If you have been following any kind of Disney history, you should know that the Muppets are a really big entity in the company. They weren't from the original start of the company, but they were bought out a couple decades ago by this point, and we've had a lot of incarnations of the Muppets in different movies and shows. And this time around we have our newest incarnation with Muppets Now. I keep forgetting that Disney Plus is not like Netflix, and you can't binge the entire series all at one time. So I went in thinking, oh boy, let's just get through this and I'll do an overall review of the entire series. Only to realize that no, only the first episode is available. But that's okay, because I think it's still an important show that was pretty enjoyable in my opinion for the most part, and I think there's enough content to talk about it. So that's what we're gonna do. There were supposed to be 6 episodes, and the first one just premiered. So what I'm gonna do is I'll circle back after the end of everything. So 6 episodes from now, who knows if they're gonna add on more. And then I'll continue to do a much more detailed overview of the series. But for now, we can talk about a detailed premiere pilot. From the beginning, the Muppets have been really meta, and the meta continues on with the new century. We've been in the 21st century for a while now, so it's not surprising that the internet culture is pushing itself into mainstream media, and Disney Plus is an internet-based service, but the whole entire premise of Muppets Now is basically like they're on YouTube themselves, and they have their own little mini shows. I'm not sure if they're going to continue to keep the same elements and sketches in there, or if they're going to spice it up and switch it on and off and introduce different characters. I'm assuming that we'll have different sketches, so that way they can show the variety since there's a ton of Muppets to choose from. But in the first episode we had 4. Scooter is our MC basically, and he's the one introducing the show and talking to Kermit as I have to upload it now, and it's kind of reminiscent of another web series that I watch, although it's not the same thing, but the idea that everything is happening now and they have no time reminds me of John Goblicon's Right Now.
Right now. Jerry, right now.
Okay.
You're gonna fix it.
All right.
Right now.
All right. Sorry.
It's not called when you feel like it, Jerry.
Yeah,
it's called right now.
The difference with that is that's a straight talk show that's happening right now, whereas they're just basically talking back and forth through their computer screens and then releasing the previously filmed sketches. So the first sketch that we had is Lifestyles from Miss Piggy. The joke being that it's lifestyle because she's a pig and pigs lives in styes. Yeah, it's a lot of that meta humor that I really like, but it's very punny at times and it can go either way. And just like every other staple of Muppets, we have a lot of guest stars. So in this sketch, the guest stars that we had were Linda Carlini as well as Taye Diggs. And they both were interacting with Miss Piggy. It was cute. I didn't mind this one. And I think it's actually really funny that Miss Piggy is now a beauty vlogger in a sense. And I'm looking forward to seeing more from her. Because I mean, I'm a big fan of Miss Piggy. I think she has so much potential. She's a very strong female presence. So anytime she's on screen, it's always fantastic. And she does have a lot of star power. The next sketch in the series was Muppet Masters, where I assume they're taking a look at a different Muppet every week and basically showing off a skill set that's a hidden skill set that they have. So Walter was introducing Kermit, saying that he was a professional photographer, when Kermit in reality was a professional photobomber. And you can imagine the jokes happening with that. I did like this sketch too just because of Sam Eagle. Sam Eagle is one of my favorite Muppets and I really hope that he has a sketch of his own that's very patriotic. Because like, he's my favorite. I don't know why. I just love him. He's very dry humor, but like his patriotism for America is just always so funny. And then this sketch did not have any guest stars compared to the other 3 that did have more sketch stars. After Muppet Masters, we had Okie Dokie Cookin', which is a Swedish chef. Honestly, this was my least favorite one. I didn't like it at all. I know Swedish Chef is a very chaotic cook, and that's the whole joke about him, but I didn't think it was that funny. They did have a famous chef on there. Carlina Will is her name. So she was cooking against him, making a legit dish that was inspired by her roots. So they were doing a Jamaican curry, and he ends up just being lazy and not understanding what's happening, and then orders Postmates. So, I mean, this is what we have to deal with the Muppets in the 21st century. I never thought that would happen in a Muppets show, but that's our world we live in now. And then finally, the fourth sketch that we have is Mupp Close and Personal instead of Up Close and Personal, because you know, puns always. And our guest star was RuPaul in this. So this was one of my favorites. I actually really loved it. I am a fan of RuPaul. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. So it was really fun to see how many jokes there was and questions about Drag Race and the history of the show. And it's actually kind of interesting thinking about it because it's a Disney Plus show, and you wouldn't think Drag Race and Disney would go hand in hand. But I wonder, that would actually be really cool to see Disney partner up with Drag Race in the future, and we could get in like a new season of Drag Race, have them do a Disney night and have them do their coolest designs for Disney characters. That would be really awesome. Can that happen? Can we like get that to happen for like season 13, please? I'm getting off track with that. But Kermit ends up interviewing RuPaul, and it was a really serious interview at first, and I honestly was enjoying the seriousness of it. It was a nice pace, but I liked how inspirational it was, and that the questions that Kermit was asking RuPaul were really serious and, like I said, inspirational. He was giving fantastic advice. And then, of course, the rest of the Muppets have to keep interrupting and asking much more insane and obnoxious questions, and that brings the humor again. But I liked the pace that was different. I think it would be cool if the future, if they continue to go back and forth and they have some legit serious moments, and it's not just comedy all the time. I know it's not true Muppet fashion for them to be serious, but well, they've had a couple moments before. I mean, even when I went back and watched some of their Christmas specials, they have a lot of serious moments within those. So it's been a while since I've seen the actual original Muppet Show, but I think they've had that too. Double check me if I'm wrong, because it has been a long time since I watched it, but I like the balance, and I'm excited to see more. If they do more of this Mupp Close and Personal sketch, I really would appreciate to see what other guest stars are going to come on and what kind of questions they're going to ask, and if we can get more good advice from it, because we did get it from RuPaul today. And then of course, between all of those sketches, Scooter keeps on coming back and uploading the next one to go, so you have that interlude every couple of minutes between the sketches to create this half-hour show. Well, technically 22 minutes because that's standard, but you get the gist. Overall, I actually really liked it. It wasn't perfect. I think they need to get comfortable and figure out what they want and work out anything that's not as funny, because it's only the pilot, so we definitely have to give it a chance. I'm excited to see the future episodes that are coming out and see where they end up from the first episode to the last episode. If you haven't given it a watch and you have Disney Plus, I suggest please watch it, because I'm always here for Muppet material. I do love the Muppets a lot, and I feel like they're underrated anymore, and their last show didn't do well, so the fact that they get another show and they're still trying to push it, they really need the ratings, honestly. So let me know if you guys watched the first episode, what were your thoughts on it, and what are you looking forward to seeing with the future episodes. And I'll be back again in a couple of months when we finish up the season and let you know my thoughts overall. But it's a good start. So I hope you guys have a magical day, and as always, I will see you real soon.